Come to part 4, because yes, there's a part 4, and there will also be a part 5 on Halloween of the Smash costume tier list. The long one. But we've arrived at the Wii U and 3DS era, and the first person up on that list, right there, that's Villager. Woo, Villager. Alright, now, Villager, we're starting off with someone who has a diverse range of outfits here, because the Villager is an avatar character, and you can dress them up however you want in Animal Crossing, so we have all sorts of outfits and hairstyles to go by. I will now take a closer look. Classic number 1 shirt right there for default Villager, and then we have the flower shirt with pink hair. Yellow striped shirt, not bad. Little flower dress of the green variety, matches the eye color. We have a sky blue shirt, and the eyelids are very droopy. Then we have a 3-pronged hairstyle with a blue and yellow striped dress, and eyelashes underneath of... Well, I guess they all have eyelashes under the eyes, huh? That's how eyelashes work, right? Wait, hold on. Let me check where my own eyelashes are as a human. No, they're above my eye. I don't know. For some reason, I don't notice it as much on the green outfit, but maybe that's because the blue and yellow outfit has eyebrows and the green one does not. It's a possibility. And then we have our purple shirt and our... Well, another green shirt, but like a lighter green. Let me zoom in on that one, because I'm trying to see what that shirt's all about. Let's see. I mean, it's got a white spot in the front, sort of like an apron. It shares a hairstyle with the one in the shirt over there that I was talking about earlier. Also, both this Villager and that Villager have blue and white striped socks and the exact same shoes. All the girls have blue and white striped socks and red shoes. All the boys have green short socks and blue shoes. Never noticed that. A lot of things you don't notice until you're getting up close and judging everything. Alright. So, I know which ones I really don't like, and, yeah, 6 is the worst. I do not like costume 6. I can see any of the others above that. I'm also not huge on costume 5, for what that's worth. It has a lot to do with the eyelids, which means costume 8 doesn't do it for me much either, but again, that's the eyelids. Like, those two have that in common. But I think it's a little better on 8. Well, you know, if I squint, the eyes on the sky blue one look a lot like the eyes on the red one, even though... Yeah, that's interesting how that happens. A little more to consider, huh? Let's talk about what's good. Default look is pretty good. I actually think that green dress is pretty good, too. And that guy over there in the purple shirt, costume 7, that's suave. That is just a good look right there. I dig it. Pink flower girl is somewhere in the middle. It's something about the hair, I think. I don't know if it quite goes with the outfit the way that they want it to. That's not bad. Costume number 3 here is very wide-eyed. Although I don't know if you can count eyes as fashion, but I guess since you can customize them in Animal Crossing, Whether that's through random generation in the early games or just by picking them in New Horizons. I guess it kinda counts. They all have the same nose, same mouth, generally. I think... Are a couple of the mouths wider and a couple skinnier? Kind of thing? Or is that just a boy-girl difference? Where they made the mouth smaller on the girl? That seems to be the case. Wonder why they did that. Alright, let's place costume 7. That seems like a good place to start. I'm gonna start 7 and 4, which are doing it for me a bit more than the others. Like I said, 7 is suave. I'm gonna call him quite fashionable. Not quite peak fashion, because it is just a purple t-shirt at the end of the day. I put green dress right next to him, same category. For our default look, I'm gonna say stylish. You know, like, you have to have confidence to go around in a shirt with the number 1 on it, declaring that I have the ego. I am number 1. And, I mean, you're literally costume number 1. It's true. The pink and the yellow striped and the sky blue, they're all, like, not bad. I'll even give them a Roxley outfit. No, Rosalina, it's not your turn yet. Trying to grab Sky Blue Villager. Ooh, a little lower, they make it work. I'm gonna say the same to Costume 8. Also makes it work well enough. Now, this last one, I'm just gonna call it poor. I don't think it looks very good when as a whole ensemble piece. If you changed some elements of it, I could see it working better. But as it stands, that's gonna be bottom villager for me. For sure. Next we move to Wii Fit Trainer. Wii Fit Trainer is a character that I like to use quite a bit. But that said, I don't think it'll take me too long to rank these outfits. Because as you can see, the Wii Fit Trainer is just a solid colored exercise shirt. There's a slight difference between the male and female variants. Where, like, you know, the female has the midriff and the male shirt goes all the way down. And the female has pants and the male has shorts. There's also a stripe on the male shirt. But yeah, like, none of these are pure high fashion, none of them are peak fashion, just cause, I mean, they're meant to be functional clothes, and all they did was recolor the base color from blue to green to red to yellow. It's very plain. So, as much as I love the character in Smash, that's, don't worry, that bias won't be affecting me. Just cause, hey, you know, here we are with, like... Yeah, it's a fashion comparison. Also, there's an extra Wii Fit Trainer here, so I gotta move her into the extra Pichu category. I thought I took care of all of these after the stream last night, because there were a couple other characters besides Pichu who are duplicated on this list for no good reason. So I thought I took care of them in advance. There we go, now there's 8. There's only 8 Wii Fit Trainers, there's not 9. I do need to take a slight closer look at the male shirt, though. I see. Interestingly, Costume 2, the shirt is gray and there's a blue accent. But on the other costumes, the main color is dominating and then the gray is the accent. It is quite interesting to behold. But yeah, I think This is another case where they're basically the same costume and it all comes down to color preference, so they're all gonna go on the same tier as each other. At least all the females and all the males are, because they are two different outfits. So what do I ultimately think of the Wii Fit Trainer outfit? I mean, there is that shade of color around the pants. It's not a belt, but it's like a color accent thing. Keep in mind, I did just put a purple t-shirt in the quite fashionable category. You know what? I have Toon Link in Roxley outfit for this exact same thing. That's where I'm gonna put her. Because it's true, she rocks the outfit. She gets a lot of stuff done in this outfit. It's not a bad outfit. But it's also not a fashion outfit. Little Mac, you'll get your turn. And I do think that the female variant is a bit more stylish than the male, because in some cases I think that gray accent doesn't really help with complementing the other features, which is the other color. Because the shorts are black. Although, that said, the blue one, where it's mostly gray and there's a blue accent, I think that one works the best. I thought they'd all end up on the same tier, but I'm gonna put the blue Wii Fit Trainer male variant. I'm gonna put him on the same tier as the female variants, and then I'm gonna put the other three one tier below. Which is, he makes it work. He makes it work out, I should say. Ha 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 ha, cause Wii Fit. Ha 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 ha, I'm great. Okay. Give me that shirt, Villager Costume 1. I'm number 1 now. Okay, now there is some sort of issue with this tier list, and I don't know what it is. But if you see, I scroll down and... Oh, I scrolled down too far. Alright, if I scroll down here, for some reason Mega Man is listed way at the bottom, and I thought that I fixed this after the last stream too, because I noticed it then. But Mega Man was introduced in Smash for Wii U and 3DS, so he should be in tonight's stream. We're gonna do him next. As soon as I pull up those portraits. I am for Mega Man. Alright, we got a classic blue bomber, and then we have a few that I believe they're all loosely based off of outfits you get from Robot Masters. In fact, I can check this right now. Red, somewhat similar to Rush. Green for Hyper Bomb, or Leaf Shield, or others. Brown, Metal Blade, and others. Cyan, Gemini Laser, and others. Like, all of these have multiple weapons associated with them. So yeah, there you go. Other than Costume 2, they're all based on actual Mega Man weapon looks. So with that out of the way, how do I feel about each of these suits? So, look, the base blue suit is obviously a lot of blue, with just, like, the end of the arm cannon being red as an accent. Granted, it's a red arm cannon laser pointer thing on all of them. Interestingly, I'm looking at the knees. I'm looking at the knee right now. And, it's a slightly different shade of blue on the base outfit, and a slightly different shade of red on the red outfit. But then on the green outfit, it's yellow. And on this sky blue outfit, it's yellow. And on this orange outfit, it's green. I think that knee plating, which also appears around the... I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but let's look at Mega Man's groin. Like, for lack of a better word, his underwear on the orange outfit has the same green accent. And I don't know why. What have I become? Why am I doing this? Oh, man. So yeah, this is gonna come down to the color combinations of the main suit, as well as that little bit of extra plating, if you know what I mean. It's not too offensive on the blue suit, because it is just more blue. I mean, that's fine and all. If there's one outfit that's not doing it for me, it's that orange one with, like, why the green there? Just why? That's the part that doesn't make sense. When I look closer at it, that is the one part that is making me feel like, oh my god, why did you do this? The light orange and dark orange part is fine, and like from a distance, you don't even really notice the green. But, gotta judge those finer details, I guess. I am putting you into... would I say that's as poor as these other ones that I put in here? I got a lot of orange in poor fashion sense. Alright, look, I'm gonna say not completely unwearable. But god, that underwear, though. Like, the fact that you can see it. I mean, orange and green are not the worst combination, I guess. Oh, screw it. I'm looking at it more. It's poor. It's poor. Alright, with that out of the way, the rest of these. You know, brown is actually kind of sleek. This is one case where I think brown works decently well. And it was paired with an appropriate color. Like, the knee pad / groin area is not bad because it's just more brown. I'm not as crazy about the yellow plating with the black. I get what it's going for. That combination should work in some cases, but eh. You know, when you squint, the yellow and green one kind of looks like a turtle. That's kind of cute in its own sort of way. I'm gonna call that one Turtle Mega Man, even though that's not what it is at all. Alright, where would I put Turtle Man? Okay, we do have another case where things are practically the same, right? The 2, 3, and 5 are practically the same, the same sort of plating, and although there is that yellow issue I talked about. So 2 has an edge over 3 and 5. Alright. I guess I'm gonna place 3 and 5 next. Three. Okay, 3 can be the one that's not completely unwearable. And 5 can go with it. Basically recolor, same problem with the extra yellow plating in unwanted places. You being a turtle, I'm gonna say you make it work. Because I can see, like, a cute little turtle thing going on from ya. The black and yellow. I'm not as crazy about this. Do I like it more or less than Turtle Man? If you asked me on most days, I would probably say, of course the black and yellow one is going to be the one I like more. But... you know what? I'm just going to put them on the same tier. I'll put them on the same one. But, then again, that's my point. Is it better to be more like a turtle? I guess you could just call that 8th one a turtle with a black shell. Alright, I'm gonna say you make that work well enough. Now, the brown is basically the same. Like, it's got that same yellow thing going on. When I look closer at it, I'm like, you know, not bad. I'll just put it with the other two. Whee! I'm gonna put the blue... where? Okay, I did have him. The blue bomber. I'm just gonna call that stylish. And I think Costume 2 has become my favorite. Upon closer inspection, I have the least problems with it. Because, while the blue is iconic, it's a lot of blue. Actually, no, I'll call the red stylish and I'll call the blue rocks. In this one, he rockmans the outfit. Ha 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 ha. I still have puns. You can't stop me. Alright, Rosalina. One Rosalina coming right up. Of course, it's Rosalina and Luma, but Luma doesn't change outfits between the costumes. There are different color variants of Luma, but any of them can show up with any Rosalina. So it's really just about Rosalina's dress, in this case. Okay, a good majority of these are just a solid colored dress with the stars on it. Let me get a closer look, just in case. Oh, you know what? I have to consider the inside of the dress. Because you can see it exposed. There is the little neck area where that color shows, and then around her hands, you can also see, hey, there's like color inside the dress. So, because that's visible, that may actually play a role here. The crown seems to be the same across the... yeah. The crown's not a point of contention. There is the bottom area of the dress, but that's supposed to match the inside of the dress, but in some cases it doesn't. Like on Costume 7, it's white in the middle, but the inside of the dress is yellow. And then on the pink one, the inside is mostly pink, and the neck area is pink, but the bottom is white. I don't know what drives that inconsistency, but... yeah, it's gonna be little things like that that put these on different tiers. Same hair, same brooch, same crown, same Luma. I don't know if this is my eye playing a trick on me or just something going on with the shadow, but on some of the dresses it looks like there's a comet inside the biggest star on the dress, which would be neat as a representation of the Comet Observatory, but on other ones it doesn't really look like there's anything in there at all. Let me look at default. Like, default would know for sure. Nah, I'm just imagining that. That's not a thing. Alright, default look, sky blue and white. Then we have mostly pink with a tiny bit of white in the middle. Mostly yellow with a tiny bit of white. Mostly green. And the inside is actually like a lighter green and not just white or more of the same green. Red, they also play around with the shading a bit. Okay, now purple. Hold on. Purple, the middle section of the bottom of the dress is a darker purple, but the inside sleeves is white. So is the neck. What is the consistency? I don't know. I can't find any logical pattern here. God, alright. What's the worst dress? I think the worst dress is probably a tie between 2 and 3. It's it's just a recolor from pink to yellow, but there's a lot of pink and a lot of yellow. Also, I just don't think those colors work the best on her. They feel forced. And the thing about the yellow one is that, like, I mean, the whole thing is already supposed to be a star motif. The yellow star thing works a lot better on the black dress. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the yellow and pink dresses in... Where would I put that? Where have I had similar things? It's just been like a lot of a color. I think I'm gonna put them in... Not totally unwearable. And we'll go up from there. Alright, the red dress is pretty similar in that regard, but it has more red in the middle. Like, let's move on to red and purple, because they have the very similar features as each other. They get like a darker... Well, no, green and purple are similar. Red... I need to look at these again. Okay, yeah, it's... Is that a white or a lighter shade of green on the green? It looks more like a white in some places and a lighter shade of green in others. But on the red, it looks like everything is either pink or red. And on the purple, it looks like there's more use of white. I'm going to put the red and purple together. I think the green has enough color variety going on that I can nudge it above those. Red and purple work, I guess. Green can go above that. Like, she can rock a green outfit. I also think it's safe to say her default color is a stylish. That's the last two costumes that are the most interesting because we have black on yellow on black, but with that little bit of white in the middle, and that might bring it down a bit for me. That's the one choice there I don't understand. And then we have what is essentially Fire Rosalina. It's a white dress with these red accents. I do kind of wish the stars were that same shade of pinkish red. I feel like that would be stupendous. But yeah, Fire Rosalina's gonna move up for me, and it's gonna be quite fashionable, and then I'm gonna put the black and yellow. I'm gonna put it with the green, actually. That white in the middle is just not working for me. It works on the blue one because the rest of the outfit is white, but on the black one, yeah. But I really like the black and yellow concept, especially with the stars being yellow. That's the one case where the stars really stand out. Alright, that is a Rosalina down. Who is next? If I scroll back down, it's the Mac. Return of the Mac. Although he never really started in the first place. Alright, now, Little Mac's outfits are interesting. Let me read the, oh, frick, I didn't mean to completely close that. Right, you have his default look from Punch-Out on the Wii, but then you have Title Defense Mode, which is something you can play after you beat the game. A 1987 look on the World Circuit for wii, because he does wear different clothes on different circuits. Then he's made to look like the Super Punch-Out person, because that was not Little Mac. Why the hair color's also different. The pink hoodie from the training montage, of course. And then the wireframe appearances from the arcade game. Yeah, here we go. All the Macs. I'm glad I'm not ranking 16 Little Macs like in Smash Wii U. That would have been nuts. I mean, this whole thing's already nuts, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Whew. You know, interestingly, Little Mac might be one of the most consistent characters for decent fashion. I can't find very many things that are outright... I wouldn't dismiss any of these outfits outright as bad. Which is pretty impressive. So he's got his green shorts that match his green gloves. He's got the golden gloves to match his golden shirt. And that's probably... I wouldn't say that's as good as the first one, but it's decent. Got a black and white look, because why not? Little bits of red in there. I do really like the World Circuit look. The dark blue one. At Costume 4. Although there is a lot going on with it. The shoes are light blue. Rest of it's got the red going on. Super Punch-Out look, I'm not as huge a fan of the hair, but I at least appreciate the reference. Something about the green gloves with the blue outfit, though. Maybe if the gloves were blue. Hi, Royce. Alright, 7 obviously is very interesting. He worked on his figure before he came to the runway today. Yeah, like, I do like number 4, but I can see how some elements of it are a bit garish when put together. Something like number 3 is a lot more sleek. And I know a lot of people are going to be thinking, number 6 has to go in peak fashion, right? Because it's the pink hoodie. Like, how can you argue with the pink hoodie? I understand that pink and green work as a combination, but at the same time, it's a baggy hoodie, and it's all pink. It's like you threw the red sock in the wash. So how much credit can I really give that? I mean, he's pretty badass for wearing it, especially in public. And I like it on the human version a lot better than the wired version, because the wired version is just a lot of green. I mean, can we talk about the fact that they decided to give Wireframe Mac the green hoodie instead of the pink hoodie? I know they didn't want 2 pink hoodies running around. But they already have a lot of green on the other little Macs. They couldn't have thought of anything else. Maybe a black hoodie? So I think 8 is the weak point. Thinking more on it. I mean, it's wearing more clothes than number 7. Number 7 is practically naked, but I don't know. Is that bad? Is there more color coordination going on with 7? Is 7 just showing off their figure? Little Mac is tough. This is tougher than I thought. I thought I was just gonna put him in decent tiers all around, and now the more I think, the more I'm like, well. Alright, so let's start out. I don't think any of these are necessarily peak fashion, but the one that probably comes the closest is number 3, at least in terms of like a conventional fashion standpoint. You got the gray and the black with the red accents. Like, I feel like you could see that in a men's clothing magazine. Let's see, let me look at my tiers again here, and let's put Silver Mac somewhere. I'm gonna call him quite fashionable. And I think our dark blue person has style, but I don't know about fashion just because of the bottom half being a bit more clashing. Yeah. Moving on that. Let's place 7 next. 7, 7, 7. Standard wireframe with the green shorts, green boxing gloves. I think we can call that one stylish too. You know, a lot of lines. Yeah, you hear about lines in fashion a lot, right? Like, that's a thing that outfits have. Well, I mean, Wireframe Mac has nothing but those. That's my argument for that. And then all those lines get covered up by the stupid green hoodie, so that one. Do I call green hoodie not unwearable or poor fashion sense? I guess it's not unwearable. It's just a lot of green. Pink hoodie, though, that makes more of a statement. I'll say he rocks the pink hoodie. Now, as far as default look, he also rocks the default look. And let me go back to how I feel about number 2 and 5. 5 is a they make it work. It's not bad. I'm actually gonna say he rocks the title defense outfit as well. Oh, was poor fashion sense a vote for the green hoodie? I didn't quite catch that message. Let me know where that vote was towards, and I will make any necessary adjustment. Alright, so that was for the green hoodie. Well, I was torn. I said it was not unwearable, ultimately, but since you're voting for fashion sense, that'll knock it down. For fashion sense. Well, I'm glad I can help you clean house, I guess. I was trying to think of a joke there. Wait, hold on. I'll have you floored. Or something like that. Hey, how about Greninja? Frog fashion. Frogs don't really wear clothes, but we're gonna judge him anyway. Greninja. Hold on. What happened to it? Okay, so the website claims that the second costume is similar to Crawdaunt, the pink is similar to Lickitung. The black is his shiny form, but slightly different. And green is based on Politoed. I don't know if any of those were intentional, and I highly doubt any of those were intentional references. And there's no mention about the other colors at all. So, yeah. Ah, well, when you said work, I thought you just meant housework. Alright, so that's a lot of frogs and tons. Please note how the ton has also changed colors across these 8. 3 and 6, huh? Okay, noted. I will say 6 is more like a real-world frog. I can get behind that. 3's a little weirder. Obviously he's got his default look. I do appreciate number 4. Because we're talking about Greninja. So, like, number 4, it says it's his shiny coloring, but I'm like, don't really know. I think they were really just trying to make a black one because ninjas, like, the most ninja-like of the Greninjas. Like, that orange ton scarf is actually pretty decent with that black color. Number 8's also not bad, but it's very similar to number 1. Just a bit more on the purple side. Number 7 is like Winter Greninja. But yeah, I'm not huge on number 2. I'm also not huge on number 5. Or 7. 2, 5, and 7. 2 plus 5 is 7. Let's start there. So, red, not unwearable, 5, 3, 4, 5. 5, I'm just gonna say poor. 7, not the worst thing. Okay, then what would I put? 8's not very standout. I'll say they make it work. I'll also say they make it work on number 3, considering Royce's opinion on that. I think green works a bit better, though. I get 5 of rocks. I'm also gonna get the default look of rocks, and then I'm gonna put my Black Ninja right up here in the stylish category. Alright, there we go. I have clicked and dragged on frogs. Ooh, do I actually have pictures for this next one? I might not. Let me see how the website organizes this. Oh, There they are. Okay, I may have to click into a different article for this. No? Okay. So look, I am not ranking all the Mii outfits. That was not included in this list. However, what is included on this list is the default appearances of the Mii fighters. But you can't really see all that well the way that I have this framed right now. Now I don't want to zoom in. Back up. Also, the YouTube tab that I have the music playing from is paused. But it seems to... Yeah, yes, I want to keep listening. How is the best way to show this? There we go. Okay, on the top right. On the top right of the screen. What makes me... Oh, okay. I'm a coward for not ranking the Mii fighter outfits. That would be a whole separate list. Absolutely a whole separate list, because... You know, you can have a bunch of different Miis all wearing the same outfit, and you'd get different results. Anyway, the default Mii fighters are on here. So Mii Brawler's red outfit, Mii Sword Fighter's blue outfit, and Mii Gunner's yellow outfit. That if you don't give them a costume, that's what they'll be wearing. And, I mean, this is a case where I think they are functional. Although I don't fully understand the Mii Gunner outfit. There is an arm cannon, but it's like, I'm wearing a little coat thing and some boots. It doesn't feel like the Samus sort of thing where you have this whole technological suit for the gun. Not that you necessarily need one. So what's with all the blue on the... Okay, I am now going to zoom in on this picture again, so you're not going to see the whole thing in frame, because I didn't size the window enough for this. But the Mii Brawler's fists and feet have this blue on it, which breaks the otherwise decent red and black color scheme. I guess they really wanted to emphasize the parts that were going to be hitting you, but I question that color choice. Mii Sword Fighter is like a discount Champion Link. It's not the same shade of Champion Blue, but it's very much in line with Champion Link's outfit. And again, the Mii Gunner is fine. There's an overcoat, and there's some striping on the inside of the outfit. So, decent is certainly the word for it. I would have to agree that the Gunner is the best of the three, even though I kind of ragged on the fact that it wasn't a mech suit. Because the red is brought down by those blue touches, and then the Sword Fighter is just kind of cheap looking. But I otherwise like the Brawler outfit quite a bit. Just, the blue is questionable to me, so I'm gonna say for the Brawler, they rock the outfit. For the Gunner, we'd go above that to stylish. And for Sword Fighter, not unwearable. Next up is the Goddess Palutena. All hail Palutena. As soon as Palutena loads. Okay, some of these have history. We've got Original Kid Icarus. resembling another character named Pandora. And then, apparently, the green outfit is something she wears in the original Kid Icarus instruction booklet. Her red outfit is meant to resemble a character known as Veridi, and purple is meant to be Medusa. Well, here we are. Lots of dresses. So many dresses. We will now address them. Definitely gotta zoom in a bit on this, because there are many details on the dress. Got the default white dress with this maroon lining and these gold touches. The scepter... The scepter actually does have some color changes between certain costumes. Not all of them, but some of them have a different orb on the top or a slightly different color of handle. That's something to consider in the accessory department. So 4 is the green outfit, which, you know, goes with her green hair. And 6... Yeah, her Veridi outfit is really freaking great. Definitely agree, yeah, full hard agree on the 6. I mean, let's start with, are any of these actually bad? The one that I would say maybe is, I don't know if blue is her color. At least in terms of costume 5's blue. Right, so you also don't love 5, but... Oh, classy. I thought it... I read that as classy, and I thought, wait, which is it? Do you not like 5, or do you think it's the best one? Those are one letter apart. Okay, so... Green has been nominated for High Fashion, but... To that same end, I don't think... As much as I like the red dress, it's not peak fashion. Because green, there is something about that lighter color of the front piece of the dress that definitely helps it out. It helps bring things together. It would be too much green if it wasn't for that, because she's already got the long green hair. But they addressed that. I didn't mean to make that same pun again. And like, on some of these other dress colors, that's not fully done. But the other one that I would consider, as far as high fashion is concerned, is number 8. That's where I feel like that's where I'm gonna have to make a decision. Is 4 high fashion? Is 8 high fashion? Are they both high fashion for different reasons? But there is something about the black gradient into maroon at the bottom, and then, like, underneath that front black piece of the dress, you have this really dark maroon. That thing just looks really sophisticated. So that's the decision I gotta make for myself. Is one of these or both of these in the top tier? I think that's a decision I will make after I place all the ones below it. So let's start with blue. Blue is just not our color. It's not the best. That one's gonna be the lowest of the Palutinas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can barely tell which is which because of the colored gem on her forehead. You even make that out in the little... No, I can't zoom in enough for you to see the forehead gem across these, but just know it matches the color of the gem on her belt. So if you're having trouble imagining it, then look at her belt. Like, the blue dress does have a dark blue gem on her forehead. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? It's just a lot of blue. I'm gonna call it poor fashion sense. Sorry, Palutena, you lost that one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, okay, I do have a couple problems with 6 looking closer at it. It's definitely not the highest one, but there is something striking about just the red dress. And I don't know, I'm still a big fan of 8. But then, now let me think about some of these middle ones. We got 7 to think about, and we got 1, 2, and 3 to think about. I used to be a really big fan of 3. I thought, oh, 3 is the best color on Palutena. It looks so good, and it is just a combination of cool colors that works with the green hair. But, I don't know, the more I looked at it, the more I was like, might not be the best combination after all. Like, grew to be less of a fan of it. I don't know what happened. But I'd probably still put it above 2 for sure. Let's put 2 next. Like, 2 is okay, but it's not the best. That pink dress works. Also gotta consider that default look. It's the default look for a reason. I probably... Yeah, over time I like the default look more than look 3. But I'd probably still put 3 above 7. So let's figure out 7. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 can be a work. Then 3 can be a rock. Hello. Welcome to Palutena's dress. Been talking about this one quite a bit. So far, we put blue as the lowest of Palutena's dresses. And then I put 2 and 7 a little higher than that. Wasn't as big a fan of 2 and 7. But 5 was still below them. And then I just placed 3 in a decent tier, but not below, not the highest. So I still need to think about 1, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah, so we were even thinking that maybe 4 and or 8 might be in the top tier. It is a possibility. I'm going back and forth on it, though. Or at least in the case of... My personal sensibilities put me towards 8. But... I don't know. Six is a good outfit. Would I rather have 6 or the... No, I'd rather have the default outfit than 6 if I'm just going... We're not up to 4 yet. Okay. I'd rather have the default outfit. The default outfit is outright quite fashionable. So, yes. The default is quite fashionable. But the 6, on the other hand, is just stylish. Which leaves 4 and 8. The 2 that I'm thinking the most about. Alright, I made a decision. For 8 is going right next to the default outfit. It is quite fashionable. Number 4 is the peak of fashion. Do. So, there it is. I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, there was something about 8 that made me, as much as I love it, there was something that made me think it's not quite the same level. But it's almost like just a little recolor of the default outfit, which works so well as it is. Anyway, instruction book Palutena wins. At least among Palutenas. I'm not ranking the individual tiers, or we'd be here for another 5 streams. Who's next? Hey, it's the pack. It's time for the pack. Pac-Man. Alright, there are apparently some references within Pac-Man's outfits, like the blue is supposed to be a power-up from Pac-Land, so is the white. The red... The red is supposed to resemble compression sleeves. I don't know what those are, or why Pac-Man has them in the first place. And then, of course, the last outfit is oven mitts, but what does that have to do with Pac-Man? I don't know. It's just that they were only allowed to change his gloves and his shoes. What's the top and the bottom? Alright, so Pac-Man. We got his classic orange and red gloves and shoes. And then we add on to those, there are these blue bands, yellow bands, black bands, purple bands, white bands, more red to make the arms and the legs look red, and then plaid. Oh boy. Can we agree that 8 is the best? There's not much competition between the Pac-Mans. Oh, interesting. You don't think it works on Pac-Man. I like that it at least stands out in vibrance. I'm not saying it has to be a super high tier, but I think compared to the other Pac-Mans, it's probably the best. Yeah, there's been a few cases where since they were just blatantly recolors, I was like, well, they'll probably be on the same tier unless I find some very minor reason to separate them. But in this case, because the gloves and the shoes are a constant, you have to consider how well the color matches red and orange. But it's my list where I'm trying to let the chat weigh in at least a little bit. So, like, for example... there was a Diddy Kong that I really didn't like last time. But instead of bottom tier, since at least one person defended it, I moved it up to the not bottom, but the one above it. So I try to balance it. Not like I'm gonna suddenly move it to the top just because a person likes it. So yeah, as weird as 7 seems from like a can you tell the people apart on screen standpoint, it at least matches because it's the same shade of red. Whereas sticking those purple bands on Pac-Man for Costume 5, I just don't see how that's supposed to work. And then you got a yellow guy wearing a yellow shirt and then accenting the shoes in yellow. I mean, maybe accenting the shoes in yellow isn't the worst thing because it matches the rest of him. Like, yeah. White also seems like a weird choice to me. Alright, I think purple has to be the color on here that has the least amount of matching going on. Because, like, black and white you can make arguments for. The yellow and red match Pac-Man himself. The blue is a primary color, and red and yellow are also primary colors, so you can at least argue that that's a color scheme they have on Costume 2. But purple, man, no. Purple, I'm gonna call port. Default is a good question. I should probably think about that before I think about the other colors. I actually think it works better than some of the other colors because it seems very arbitrary that you'd have this band around the ankle and this little side thing just attached to the shoe. That's another thing that Costume 7 doesn't have because it's just longer red sleeves on the arms and legs. But I would rather have default pack than red sleeve pack. So default's gonna be one of the higher ones. Purple and blue can go on the same tier. Let's see. I'm gonna give him some style points. Like, he's rocking that Namco look, the original Namco color scheme. Right there with the gloves and the shoes. And I'm just gonna put the oven mitts on practically the same tier. Basically the same thing, but brighter. I wouldn't call oven mitts, like, the fashionable. But I think I can give the red a Roxley outfit. Because, like, those sleeves are not bad, though. And then black, white, and yellow, they match a bit more than purple and blue, so I'm gonna put them in not unwearable, but just all together because they're practically the same color. Maybe I make it work for the yellow. Yeah, I'll do a make it work for the yellow because it at least stems from something. Now, following Pac-Man, we have, okay, something a lot more elaborate. It's time for Robin. As soon as I find Robin, I will find him. Right, but why did it move back? Alright, Robin, of course, has default outfits, and then there are references to other Fire Emblem characters within the color schemes of the other ones, but I'm not going to go over them all right now. Alright, so I had the default black and gold outfit. Then we have this green with this teal blue on the inside. Red with blonde hair and yellow touches. Blue with purple. Yellow with brown, I guess. Whatever that color is. Yeah, yellow with brown. Then we have Fire Robin. He's not a Mario character, but that's basically a fire outfit. And then we have all pink everything with purple. Robin gives us a lot to look at. You know, okay, this is weird, but for some reason, I don't know why it's the blue one that's making me think this, but the blue one makes me think of like an English gentleman with a cravat. And you know, for some reason I get a Miles Edgeworth vibe from the blue one, even though Miles wears marooned. The thing that you're calling a wand, yeah, that is a sword, and that's the Levin sword, which is a sword that does magic damage. Like, that's the whole gimmick with it in Fire Emblem. So in Smash, it translates to, it has a meter, and it does more damage when it has its electric magic energy, but then when it runs out, it's just a weak sword. The red one is more pirate to me, because it's still not the same shade of maroon as a Miles Edgeworth. Oh, I know why I thought of Miles Edgeworth now. Oh my god. Okay, it's so obvious. The blue is Von Karma. Like Manfred Von Karma. It's even got the gray hair. And then he's a prosecutor and he, you know, tutored Miles. So that's why I thought of Miles. Yeah, the red is like ready to sail the 7 seas in a swashbuckler's journey. Okay, now ranking this is gonna be tricky. I have a tendency to lean towards the male Robin outfits over the female ones. I don't mind it. Usually most people say, oh, the female design is so much better on every Fire Emblem character. I think Robin's like the one exception to that. I don't think I can call the defaults the worst. Because there's something classy about the black. Then I'm also looking and I'm like... Well, I mean, I like Von Karma. I'm not crazy about 8. I think it's because of the pink hair. Because I feel like, theoretically, the pink outfit with the purple underneath should work. Man, this is a toughie. I know Royce said 6 and 7. I can see a point for 6, but 7's also not jiving with me, almost. You know, I just realized I also have to look at the cuffs. Like, on the pink outfit, the cuffs are still brown. I guess pink and brown should work. And then there's just a lot of red going on in the... Yeah, I can't explain why I'm not as huge a fan of 7. Alright, I'm going to start with 7 and 8. Those are the two that I'm like, the most about. I don't necessarily want to call them bad. I'm gonna give 8 a make it work. And I'm gonna give 7 a not unwearable. Then I'm just looking here. Let's do the default next. I think male rocks the outfit. I mean, female's practically in the same outfit, right? It's practically the same outfit. I guess it's supposed to be more of a dress on the female variant, but with how much of a cape the coat has on the male variant, they're practically the same. And of course, they're supposed to be mostly the same because it's your avatar character's default look. So yeah, I'll just put those two together. I still think it's decently classic. Alright, I thought people liked 4. And what did people say before? Ah, okay. Well, if no one else is crazy about 4, then I'll just take care of 4 then. Because I wasn't totally crazy about it either, but I thought we were talking about it from, like, the Ace Attorney standpoint. But I would still say the blue is, like, pretty phenomenal. I'm leaning towards blue being the best Robin. I'm gonna give red... I'm gonna put red with the default. Sleeves are green, blue, and yellow. The green works pretty decently well because it's got like this whole sea-colored thing to it, and you know, the yellow accents tie the green and the blue together because yellow and blue make green. Man. Alright. I'll put green and yellow together, and then I'll put blue on some tier above them. Good luck with work, Royce. I don't know Athena or Emmy, so I'm just gonna go with whatever. Whatever you mentioned about Fire Emblem, you'll know more than me. I'm gonna put green and yellow into the stylish area. That would make blue quite that's not that tier. Blue would be quite fashionable. If there's one reason that I can't call it peak fashion, it's the cuffs. Maybe a little something about the pants. But that pant problem would extend to every single Robin, so... Also, I'm just now noticing the open-toed design on the shoe. Like there's barely a shoe there, and then they wrapped something around to make it look more like a shoe. Interesting. Oh, that Emmy. I thought you were talking about a Fire Emblem Emmy. I know Athena from Phoenix Wright and Emmy from Layton. But I'm like, I don't know Athena or Emmy from Fire Emblem. That's where I would have been confused. And yeah, like, you can't really call that one Athena because it's missing the bright orange hair. And her outfit had more blues in it. That's definitely more of an Emmy. Emmy had the brunette hair to match. Ooh, Shulk time. Now it's Shulk time. I don't even need to read the Smash Wiki to tell you that each of the outfits is based on a party member from Xenoblade. Obviously the first one, because that was the only one we had when Shulk was in Smash. The exception being the 8th outfit, which is just, if you take off all the gear, that's what he'll look like. He'll be running around shirtless. Or I guess if you put on a swimsuit outfit, whatever the case may be. Show us the Shulk. So we got default Shulk, Fiora Shulk, Dunban, Brian, Charlotte, Melia, Ricky, and shirtless. Now, this outfit definitely requires a closer look because it's got a lot of parts to it. Like the studs on the side of the left sleeve. There are shoes to consider, shorts to consider, a coat. How well the color of the hair works with the outfit. There's the first 5 up close. Then here's the other 3. I know which one I like the best. So that'll be on a higher tier. It's the rest that I'm gonna be struggling with. Anything that isn't the one that I know I like. Yeah. I guess, for reference, number 3, where he looks a bit like Dunban, that's my favorite. But that's where I just think that works the best with the black hair and then this more maroonish outfit and then everything else going on. I thought you went back to... Oh, you said popping in and out. I thought you were saying you were leaving entirely. My bad. Fiora and Ryan, also early game party members. You're decent. Are any of the Shulks really, really ugly? That is a question to consider. I hate to say it, but maybe 7. No comment on Xenoblade. Fair enough. But also, this is not how all the outfits looked in Smash. I mean, in the original. Because obviously they were fitted to completely different characters' bodies in the original game. So, there is merit if you don't like how it looks on Shulk. And, like, Ricky might be the worst case of that, because we're talking about the fictional Napon character. Ryan does wear a lot of orange. And while it's an accurate depiction of Ryan's outfit, it was definitely built differently on Shulk. Default is decent. I like the purple coat on 7. I get what it's going for, but also 8 is not really an outfit. But then again, we also put Wireframe Mac a little higher up compared to some other outfits. And there wasn't much of an outfit on that one either. I guess you gotta consider it from like an underwear model perspective. Although, on Wireframe Little Mac, I made the argument that, you know, it's about the lines of the outfit, and Shulk is not made up of lines, he's made up of human skin and such, so it really is just a plain navy blue piece of underwear. And some shoes. Yeah, Wireframe was before you came in. Where'd we put it? Wireframe with the hoodie was just bad, but Wireframe in the boxing shorts is, we put them in stylish. Alright, I'm gonna put Shulk's Dunban outfit in the quite fashionable. I really like that one. I'm gonna put default to the stylish. Swimsuit, I think by definition is not completely unwearable, but it's almost unwearable because it's hardly an outfit to begin with. Do you mean Wireframe Little Mac with the beach outfit robot thing? Because I don't remember Rob having one. Ricky kind of clashes. I'm unfortunately gonna call it poor fashion sense. Ryan's not as bad though. It works well enough. Fiora is the one I've got to think about a bit more. I got costume number 2. I never really stopped and looked at this one all that much. I do think it has something going for it. I like it more than the Charlotte outfit. I also have to keep the music going again by clicking the yes. Oh, you mean Ino. I haven't played any of her stuff yet. I haven't played Xenoblade 3 since I beat it. Because I gotta decide, am I like gonna start the game over again in New Game Plus to see the DLC, or am I just gonna log into my finished profile, or am I gonna wait for the story DLC? It's a whole thing. But right now I'm playing Persona 5 and Bayonetta 3, so I think that's enough for right now without having to worry about Xenoblade. Okay, so for Fiora, I'll put Fiora next to the default. I'm gonna put Charlotte in the tier below that. Actually, not that bad. Where did we stand on Shulk? Where did we stand on Shulk number 5? And no, not number 5. Where did we stand on Shulk number 6? That's the one. Shulk number 6, the more pink outfit with the gray hair that's meant to resemble Melia. I know why the hair is gray. It's based on the character that has inspired this outfit. And, like, this is her default outfit. But her gray hair works a lot better. I mean, like, I don't know that Shulk rocks the silver hair. I might have been more interested in this one with either his default blonde or the Dunban black, or even the Shulk number 2 is a slightly different shade of blonde hair. Maybe that could have worked. Oh yeah, I see what's coming up next. Alright. I like most of the pink outfit. It's the hair that's bringing it down for me. So I'm gonna say... I'm gonna put it on the same tier as Rhine, actually, because I think that's another case where the hair really doesn't help the overall outfit. And the hair color just works better on the character it originated from. Because at the same time, they'd have a completely different hairstyle to Shulk. As I think most people would assume that. But in case you didn't know, the characters in Xenoblade do not all have Shulk's hairstyle. That would be weird if they did. Alright, our next character is actually 8 completely different characters who will be judged on their own accord. It's Bowser Jr. and the Koopaling. We did talk about one of them on the first stream before I just decided to stick with numerical order. So we're gonna re-rank that one. The one in question is Ludwig. I think where I ended up... So, one opinion was Ludwig is peak fashion. And I think where I ended up on that is... maybe not quite peak, but still decently high, because, like, there's something to the hair. The one thing that I think is a little weird about Ludwig is the single fang in the middle of his mouth. Yeah, like I said, I think we went over that during the first stream. So, let's just let Ludwig climb the ranks. Fit to the red tier. And now we got the others to consider. Alright, Bowser Jr. Roy and Lemmy. I do really like Lemmy. Like, Lemmy's my favorite. Lemmy's my favorite Koopaling, but we're judging on fashion. And so, how much of what Lemmy is doing is an outfit? Like, well, then again, how much of anything that these guys do is an outfit? There's their shell. There's the shell. There is a hairstyle. Wendy has different bracelets compared to the others. So that's one thing. Morton has face paint. Roy has shades. Wendy has a bow. So it's just those little things to think about. I really like Lemmy with his like tri-colored hair and everything. He does have this little face paint with the orange on the sides. I don't know that I can in good conscience put him above Ludwig in a fashion contest, though. So, in Lemmy's case, I'm just gonna make him a regular stylish. What balls? Oh my god. Oh my god. You meant in the game when he throws the balls at you because he summons bouncy balls. I thought you meant that he had... I mean, not that that would be in an E10 game like Smash, but I really thought for a second, I got tricked into thinking that Sakurai was letting him hang out. Bye, Royce. Have a good night. But yeah, no, Sakurai did not let them dangle. I don't think we actually see his balls in Smash of either kind. So I don't think I can factor the green bouncing balls with the stars on them into this contest. Oh no. So in as far as Iggy being the worst, his hair is basically a tree sprout. I know some people who really like Iggy. But for the most part, I would probably agree with the sentiment that he's the lowest. Unless Bowser Jr. himself. Let me think about this for a second. Do I actually like Iggy more than Bowser Jr.? Bowser Jr.'s main trait is the bandana that he's wearing with, like, the giant mouth drawn on it, and I've never been a huge fan of that. But he does have this really nicely tight-knit ponytail, which works well as like a little flame because he's a little Bowser. Alright, so... This is gonna sound like it's coming out of nowhere because I haven't mentioned him at all up to this point, but I'm gonna put Iggy and Larry up next. I'm still gonna say that Iggy's not completely that way. And Larry makes it work well enough, but Larry's kind of boring. Like, kind of looking out of mouth. Just like plain blue. There's a hairstyle there, for sure, but it doesn't really tell me much about him. At least with Iggy, you can kind of see like a mushroom cloud for an explosive personality, and then the dark around his eyes. But I did put Larry higher up because I think it looks better. Like, I would probably be friends with Larry sooner. But yeah. Let's take care of Roy. He's got those shades. That is a pretty slick pair of shades. And he's got the pinkish purple shell. But he doesn't really have much else going on. He's trying a little more than Larry, in my book. He is rocking the shades, and I think that is about the best I can say for him. Because I can't factor the wristbands into this. They all have those pretty much exact same wristbands, except for Wendy and Bowser Jr. And Bowser Jr. does have the wristband, but they're not the same spiky wristband as the other Koopalings. Wendy is distinguished by the hoop earrings that she wears also as bracelets. Yeah, like, Roy's still our boy. But he needed to bring more to a fashion show. Like, let's take Morton next, right? He's got this shiny black shell, and he may not have shades, but what he does have is his little strands of hair. He's got really nice done-up eyebrows, and then he's got the face paint with the scar on one side. I think for Morton... Am I actually about to say that Morton is stylish? Any more so than Roy? Nah, I can't do that. I cannot say that Morton is higher than Roy. They can go together. Okay, Wendy. About Wendy. She is really trying. She's got a necklace, 2 bracelets, which also act as like her hoop earrings and her forms of attack. And she's got a bow. It's not just a plain bow either, it's a polka dotted bow. And Minnie Mouse has nothing on her. But also at the same time, Wendy's always been just a giant bitch, and I've never really liked her all that much, even from a design standpoint, which is what we're talking about here. I also feel like there's too much lip. I don't know what she did with those lips, but you don't see lips like that on any other Koopaling. Or Bowser Jr. And there's something weird about it. Have we had another female Bowser-like character besides Wendy? Yeah, so like Roy, and I would also argue Morton just because he's really gone bold with that face paint. I would say Roy and Morton just like exude the good vibes and the fashion. Okay, I guess there was Bowletta. Did Bowletta have the same kind of lips? Am I really about to put Wendy higher than Iggy? Or even Larry? I'm not gonna put her as high as Roy. That would be a crime. Maybe with Larry? With Larry. Yeah, with Larry. Okay, Bowser Jr. I am not a huge fan of the bandana that he wears. But the hair and eyebrows are on point. Okay, Bowser's a good-looking guy, and he's got the potential to have a good-looking kid there. Where did we put default Bowser? We put default Bowser in... Where exactly did I put him? In the Roxy outfit tier. But I don't know if I like Bowser Jr. as much as Roy or Morton. I'll just put him with Roy and Morton, it's fine. Alright, how many more characters do I have to do tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're down to 6. If we can do 6 more tonight, then that'll just leave Ultimate. The next up is Duck Hunt. We're basically about to judge dog breeds. It's because that's about all we have with the fashion. Yeah, they're not really wearing any clothes. They just have different types of fur and feathers. So, pick your favorite breed of dog, because where we're going with this, we got a Dalmatian, I think there's a Beagle in here somewhere. I could look at what Smash Wiki says on it. Let's see. More details. No? Okay, hold on, I gotta scroll back to the page. Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt, Burmese Mountain Dog, Border Collie, Orpington Duck. Oh, that's for the duck. Dalmatian. Oh, Beagle is the tan one. Okay. The dog's yellow coat is from the official artwork of the NES game, and the red is a Labrador Retriever. But black. Yeah, that's fair. They took the coat of paint and just splutched it onto this existing dog that's not going to match the look of the actual breed. We also got to think about how well the dog and the duck pair together. So, for example, I don't think the Dalmatian dog goes well with the orange and green duck. Whereas, like, Costume 8, I think there's good coordination with the red duck and the dark brown dog. So that's something. Let's see, the one that's supposed to be a Burmese mountain dog has this nice blue-looking duck. Probably not the worst one. If I have to pick a worst one, I do have to pick a worst one. That's how a tier list works. I think number 4. Number 4 is just a lot of that exact same shade of brown on both the dog and the duck. Or maybe number 5 because of that clash that I was talking about before. Like, seeing it here, it's just a little weird. I get why you would have that color scheme on a duck, but I don't get why you would pair that one with the Dalmatian. Let's do 4 and 5. Did I just end up on environmental noise? I ended up on environmental noises. Please move to the next song. Okay. You know what? Okay, I didn't notice it first, but I'm looking at that front paw on number 2. So I was trying to see what made you lean towards number 2 being the worst. And also the eyelids are a different shade of brown. And the tip of the tail is supposed to be... Yeah, that's weird with the paws. Alright, I get what you mean. 2, 5, and then I'll do 4. Oh wait, are any of these an affront to the eyes? Probably not. 2, 4, 5. Also poor. 4. not the worst, I guess. I do think 8 is solid. As is the default, for that matter. And like 6 isn't too bad either. I'd say default 6 and 8 are the best of the bunch. 7 and 3 I'm not as crazy about, but then again, like 3 does have the dog is decent on 3 and the duck does match it pretty well. Okay, I'm going to pick. I took care of 2, 4, and 5. Let's do 7 next. I'm not a huge fan of that color on the dog. I'm gonna put it with 4. I'm gonna put number 3. Three is a make it work. Could call 1 a rock. Not Ryu yet. 8, probably the most stylish. You know what, I'm gonna put 6 with it. Something decently charming about it to me. Alright, on to Street Fighter. Five to go, and the wiki is glitching out on me. Alright, that's a lot of solid colors on Ryu. They all have the same black belt, which I guess makes sense because if you're gonna say you're a black belt, then you should be wearing the black belt. So there is difference in the colors of the gloves and the headband. So it's gonna be a matter of how well those 4 pieces work together. The headband, the gloves, the gi, and the belt. Villager 6. Villager 6 is the one that I put in the poor fashion sense tier. Right, 6 was that one, right? The one that I'm looking at there with the blue and yellow stripes. Pretty sure of that. Which other villager was possibly 6? Okay. So, cool. We agreed on that one, then. Black with black is stupid. Yes, it is. Don't you want people to see that you're a black belt? I like the yellow headband, but then you have Costume 7, which is just a better version because you have the yellow gi to show the black belt. Also, oddly, the black belt kind of blends in on the purple outfit, too, even though it is black and purple. Let me see these headbands. We got The default Ryu has a red headband, pretty iconic. The gray comes with a dark blue. Sky blue comes with a white. Black and yellow. The orange Ryu has a purple headband. I don't know how to feel about that. The cornflower blue has a different shade of red headband. Yellow has yellow. And purple has purple. Purple, you couldn't even bother getting a different color headband, and the black belt blends in. I think I'd put black and purple on the same tier, because black doesn't show off the black belt, but it has a yellow headband. And purple has the same color headband, and also doesn't really show off the black belt, but it's at least not black on black. I'm gonna put those together for different reasons. Welcome back. It's hard for me to call a solid gi unwearable. I'll just put them right there. Boom, look at that Ryu. Which one is green? I don't see a green. Are you talking about yellow? I see a yellow. I do not see a green. Alright, it is a lot of the same color, but you can see the black belt. I'll just put it on the same tier. How do people feel about the purple headband on the orange? I mean, they are supposed to be no, yellow and purple are complements. Orange and purple is just a combination that people keep doing, even though I don't know how well it works. Like with those Switch Joy-Con. Well, that's why the Game & Watch is an affront to the eyes. YouTube's having trouble with the music again. There it is, okay. Let's see. Orange and purple. Okay, wrong. Sky blue with the white. And work. Cornflower can also work. Not a huge fan of that shade of blue. Gray. Pretty decent. All same rocks. And then we got default Ryu, where there's a white, black, and red mix. I mean, as far as fighting games go, it's decently stylish. And now, very similar person, Ken, who was introduced in Ultimate, but he is an Echo Fighter, so we're just going in order. Come on, Ken. Head out here, Ken. Okay. Well, Ken doesn't have a headband, so we can really only go by the outfit, the belt, and the gloves. Although on his final outfit, he did get a bit of a tan because that's supposed to be Angry Ken or whatever the evil one is called. It's a reference. They actually changed the belt color on some of these. I guess he's not necessarily a black belt like Ryu. At least not on certain costumes. Fight Green Ken, he's the weaker one. Or fight Black Angry Ken. I don't know which belt between those two would be weaker by karate standards, but... yeah. So yeah, default with the brown leather gloves, and then a grayish glove, then a purplish glove, back to a grayish glove, back to a purplish glove, back to gray. There's two blues, so I don't know which one you're talking about. The third one with the purple gloves and the darker blue, or the seventh one with the gray gloves and the lighter blue. Guys, I'm gonna guess that you mean 3. I'm not looking at the chat right this second, in case it's already there. I'm assuming you mean 3, because that's the one that would strike me. Okay, I was right. Know me, I can read mine. Yeah, I think for the most part I can just kind of line these up with some of the similar Ryus. Like this sky blue is very much like the sky blue Ryu, it's very similar. The gray still kind of suffers from that black on black problem. Doesn't even have a yellow headband like the Ryu costume did. White, there is a white Ryu, but that's default Ryu. It has the red on it as an accent. I put Ryu in stylish. I'm gonna put Ken. Ken can rock a white outfit. What else have I got? There's green and yellow. Okay. This yellow, the same shade of yellow as Ryu's yellow. Putting them side by side, Ken is a darker yellow. So I think that can afford it to move up just a bit into the makes it work tier. Because it's not like puke green, right? Not quite the same, it's more distinctly dark yellow. I think the belt on the green doesn't quite do it for me as much as some of these others. It's not unwearable though. Default. Rocks, not really enough for me to say stylish. But blue, you have the purple gloves. That's where I'll put the stylish. That just leaves Angry Ken. Does have that maroon belt and a bit more of a tan. What are the glove colors again? The glove is just a different shade of gray that I don't know totally matches. You can go in the... You make it work a little better than the other gray Ken. Let's say that. Who wants to talk about Final Fantasy design? Time to go to the cloud. Alright, here's the thing. Cloud was not afforded a huge variety on the costumes, and I'm really gonna have to zoom in here. There is regular and Advent Children Cloud, of course, between the odd numbers and the even numbers. But so many of these are just different shades of black or blue that at first glance I really cannot tell them apart in some cases. I mean, is Ken really second? Because I had one Ryu and one Ken in the stylish tier. Seemed pretty even to me. Okay, time to do some zooming. So there's Cloud's regular outfit. It's a dark denim sort of color. And then it becomes a lighter denim on the third costume. The shoes are also brown. Instead of like that grayish color that they are in the first one. And then the whole outfit becomes brown on costume 5. Then it becomes a darker brown on costume 7. So the options are blue, blue, brown, and brown for regular Cloud. And then Advent Children Cloud is like mostly black, and then slightly and then a shade of blue. Like, what's going on with the third one compared to... The third one is just the second one without the sleeve? Is that what they did? It looks like the same black outfit, but his elbow is exposed. On the second costume, his elbow is not exposed. The shoes might be a slightly different color. Maybe. No, I don't think they actually are. And costume 8 is like the color of the default Cloud costume from FF7, but the Advent Children outfit and without the sleeve on the elbow. Here's my question. Do any of these actually look decent? The default outfit... I wouldn't want to wear that. Advent Children, maybe. Would I rather wear the Advent Children with the elbow covering or without? That's an interesting question. I mean... Me, I get hot a lot of the time, so having extra clothes seems like a hassle. I'm probably most likely to wear costume number 6. Is the black version. Nice and sleek and black. And it doesn't have as much covering me. I am going to cut costume 6 some slack, because, like, come on, that black outfit is not bad. It's not the highlight of what we've seen on this list, by a long shot, but you can't tell me that black outfit is the worst thing ever. I mean, true, but Batman is pretty fashionable, am I right? I put Advent Children minus elbow sleeve in the stylish category, and that's as high as Cloud is going. Does he really rock the outfit? Eh. Does he make it work sometimes? Possibly. Which ones does he make work? Oh, I have to unpause the music again because YouTube keeps saying, "Are you still watching?" Yes, I'm still watching. There is sound coming through the headphone. I can't unpause it. I don't know what's happening. Alright, no music for a bit. Cloud in the brown outfits is absolutely poor fashion sense. I do think I can give a they make it work to costume 8 because it's a better version of the default FF7 outfit. It's that colored scheme but applied to the Advent Children outfit that I said was decently stylish. So that's what I'm gonna do. Costume 8. They make it work. Browns. Down here. And any others I should put in completely poor? I'm gonna put 3 in poor. But 3 and 4, 3 goes in poor and everything else goes in the one above. Like that particular shade on the outfit doesn't work for me. Wait, I said 3 in poor. Did I actually put 3 in poor? I think I put the wrong one in poor. It's hard to tell these clouds apart. There's 3. Was not trying to open Discord. Okay, hooray! I finally sorted out those clouds. 2 to go. On to Corrin. The last Fire Emblem character before Byleth showed up. Come on now. Final 2 of the stream, we can do this. Corrin, Corrin, Corrin. Alright, this is another Robin situation. So I got the default outfit, and then we got red, orange, blue, pink, green, and gray. Alright. Well then. Interesting how there's not that many cape colors. Like, costume 3 keeps the exact same blue cape. But then costume 4 makes the cape different. But then costumes 5 and 7 both have the same red cape. Da 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 dum da dum. All right. It's you know, this is remember earlier when I said that I thought Robin was like the one exception where the male thing is usually considered better than the female variant by the community at large. And so, the Fire Emblem community, what I've seen is, like, most people say, oh, female Corrin, all the way. It's way better. I don't mind male Corrin. Male Corrin might actually be better for me. But that's in a general sense. I'm trying to look at the outfit. To that, I'm just not sure what to think. I'm running out of thoughts when it comes to outfits. So the default goes with a blue cape and a very, very white outfit. It's up to that. Also, all Corrin are bare feet. There is actually a reason for that. That has to do with the type of thing that... Well, I mean, if you played Smash, then you know that Corrin has, like, dragon powers. So the feet remain exposed for transformation purposes. I've not actually played Fates, but yeah. On all these outfits, it's just a lot of one color, and then little hints of others. The red one kinda reminds me of Xenoblade, but if you replaced the blue with, like, a green. Or, like, Corrin number 3 could be a Monado. I do agree that 6 is a lot of pink, and like the hair on top of it, they do hair recolors on pretty much all these. Now, as much as I like the Monado, I'm not totally sold on Costume 3 either, because it's got that red, awkwardly redded hair. Like, it's not full in on red hair, it's just a very, it's like a rose gold sort of red. Then why did they go with the blue cape? Oh yeah, 3 and 5 are inverted. I mean, I hesitate to call a girl an affront to the eyes. So far, our only 2 affronts to the eyes have been non-human things. Because Dark Samus is a being of Phazon and Mr. Kamen watches a collection of pixels. But it is a lot. Like, a lot. Especially with the Yamato sword having a pink flame. It is at bare minimum poor fashion sense. Let's at least get started on this second to last character. Alright, I'm gonna say red is not totally unwearable. I feel the same way about the blue. Like we said, they are basically the same. Do I like the default more than the red and the blue? Alright, let me balance things out. I needed to process more. Corin is a lot to process. Three and 5 can move up a bit. Default, maybe not as much. My eyes, the defaults do belong together, though. Which one of these do I like the most? I need to ask myself that question. Answer is... Oh my god. My brain hurts. My brain hurts so much. I don't know. I don't know what I like. I know I don't like pink and green on this character. The pink is absolutely garish. The green, I don't know why they went with the red cape. He is not Dragon Santa Claus. I mean, just put green aside somewhere. You're not the worst thing ever. You know what? I'll say the same thing about the orange. I feel like the gray is decent. Gray is decent, but the more I look at red, the more that it may actually be an agree. Okay. Give you the style. Alright, that's how I'm gonna shake things out for Corin. Whew. Alright. Good work, team. One more character. One more character for today. Not in total. Bayonetta, who just got her new game recently. As for my thoughts so far, I have only played the first chapter, and so far, I've seen some of the changes they've made, but also, it's just a Bayonetta game. As far as the first chapter is concerned. If you liked 1 and 2, and you're not looking for too much else, besides more of 1 and 2, then 3 is gonna be fine for you. But I definitely need to play more to see if other new different things happen. Alright, Bayonetta's outfits, based on both 1 and 2. We have her default look from 2, default look from 1. Then 2 recolored with yellow tights. 1 recolored with green. Her look from 2 recolored to red and white for Jean. Her default look from 1 recolored to have more red. Sure. This split black and white look on her tights from 2, and then a blue version of Bayonetta 1. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point we've seen how the whole situation has shaken out enough to know that, like, hey, I bought it, but whether you buy it or not is up to you. Although what I will say is I posted pictures of the special edition contents in the Discord for anyone who's interested in that. Otherwise, I don't know what Tracer is. Alright, I have my picks for the lowest ones. I definitely know which ones I think are the lowest ones. I feel like this music is just looping at this point. We haven't had a new song in however long. I have this playlist on shuffle. I don't know why it's not doing more. Here, take this song from Earthbound. Well, I mean, the whole point of Bayonetta is to be too much. Except when she wants to be not enough, because she'll use her hair clothes to fight demons. And when she does that, she's more naked. In fact, she's very naked in 3. Because she's using those demons a lot. Kind of like the big new thing is that was shown in trailers, so this is not a spoiler. And it comes up right at the beginning of the game, but you control the demons directly now. Alright, so personally, I don't think that the Tracer color works too well on Bayonetta. And then I think with Costume 6, the one right after Jean, that the giant amount of tights she's wearing is the exact same shade of color as her gun. So I feel like that makes it too much. Whereas at least on the blue and green, at least on the blue and green variants, the red guns stand out a bit more. But now we gotta judge based on the still, so... I should also mention, as a personal taste sort of thing, I do prefer the Bayonetta 2 look to the Bayonetta 1 look. I understand if anyone feels differently about that. I don't have a final consensus on the Bayonetta 3 look, but that one's not in Smash Ultimate, so it's not a concern right now. Yeah, so I feel like the yellow tights are a little weird. I'm gonna put that one. Put that one in. So number 3. Number 3, I'm actually thinking 4 and number 6. Actually, 3 and 6. Or maybe, you know, no, 3's not unwearable, but 6 is just so much of that same shade of red. It's kind of the same problem we had with Pink Corrin. Though maybe not as bad as it was on Pink Corrin because he got those giant strands of hair. Be like, look, black. And then, while I like Jean as a character, I don't know that I ever wanted to see Bayonetta from Bayonetta 2 look like Jean. What I don't understand is, since they have the Bayonetta 1 model, why didn't they make that one recolored to Jean instead? Because Jean does not have that short hair. But the Bayonetta 1 model has that long hair. I always thought that was a bit backwards. I guess they thought, oh, it's the more recent game that people are talking about, and he's in that one too. So, Dawn's fine and all, but I feel like it's a weird clash on Bayonetta herself. I'll put Jean up here with the yellow tights. Then I'm gonna put... That's not... I clicked the wrong button again. Now I want to take care of the green and blue versions of the Bayonetta 1 look. Which, they're fine. They're just fine. It's a lot of the same color, but it's fine. I'll put it in, I'll put it on the same tier, not completely. You know what? No, I'll give Jean a little more credit. I give Jean a little more credit, because, like, I mean, look at those red... Well, she's always had glasses. But the glasses changed to red. And the hair changed to white, and it's like, you know, a little neat, I guess. I still think it's weird that it's on Bayonetta 2 Bayonetta, but... I'll look past it. And then I already said I like Bayonetta 2 Bayonetta more than Bayonetta 1 Bayonetta. So I'm going to put regular Bayonetta 1 Bayonetta in the They Make It Work as well. Which just leaves default Bayonetta 2 and Costume 7. So, if you look at Costume 7, the tights, it's reminiscent of the Lumen. If you know the enemies from Paradiso in the game. And it's this interesting gray and white split. Where on the default, it's more of a dark bluish gray and a light bluish gray. Is this a case where I like the default, or this slight variation of the... I think the darker pants work better. I wanna like Costume 7 a bit more than I do. Because I think there's something to the idea of the white legging and the gray legging. But ultimately, when I look at the model as a full thing... Yeah, all that darkness from the hair in the upper half, and then it just becomes this whole light thing down below. Whereas on Bayonetta 2, there are those hints of blue in there, the tones of it, because you got the blue guns. The whole motif for the game is blue. So, yeah, I am going to say that default Bayonetta 2 is the best of the Bayonettas from Smash Ultimate. I have no verdict on Bayonetta 3 yet, as far as that design goes. Gotta see more of it in action. I'm gonna say default is fashionable, but the alternate leggings are stylish in their own way. And that is every character who got introduced in Smash 4, Wii U, and 3DS. Woo! Oh, by the way, I'll just read off the villagers real quick since that was at the very beginning of the stream, so that's the one people may miss the most. I put purple shirt and green dress in quite fashionable. I put red default shirt in stylish. I put pink dress and yellow shirt in Roxley outfit. I put sky blue shirt and light green dress in They Make It Work. And I didn't put any in not completely unwearable, but I did put Villager 6 in poor fashion sense for that striped outfit. That is just something, especially with the eyes. Ugh. Alright. We are finally at the tail end of this tier list. It's gonna come to a close on Halloween, where we go through everyone who was introduced as of Smash Bros. Ultimate to finish things off once and for all. Thanks to anyone who came out tonight, including Royce, Bass Ackwards, Airfoil, anyone who might have been lurking. And yeah, have a good rest of the night. If you're interested in seeing the end of this live and you have the time, then that'll be happening Halloween. More details coming, so I